This podcast is not rated. Listener discretion advised.
Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast, where we are watching the best movies ever made according to IMDb. You can go to our website, mission250filmcast.com, where our list is frozen. You can go there and see what movies are coming up next. I'm one of your hosts, Denny, and joining me are
John
and TC
and John. What do we
John,
typically do
so
on this
to do
podcast?
on this podcast.
What?
I was going to try and get it. I was like, I'm going to try and do it exactly like he does it this time.
Hey, John. Hey, John. Hey, John. Hey.
What exactly do we do on this podcast?
There we go. Very nice, TC. 10 out of 10.
Possibly better.
Next time we'll alternate words, all right? Just back and forth.
Oh, no, and then auto-tune that.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, there you go. All right, John, what do we do on this podcast?
We watch a movie every week, and we're going backwards to the top 250 list as rated by IMDb users. Each week we watch one, then we talk about it.
Are we still having fun doing it, guys? Are we still having a good time doing it?
Sure. We'll call it fun.
Hey.
Yeah. It's a thing.
We're deep in it, man. We're
We're
5 away from halfway through the list.
We're in the weeds.
Oh, man. Maybe we need to do something to celebrate the halfway mark.
Let's get fucking drunk.
I mean, I call that Tuesday.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's...
I just need an excuse, guys. Come on. Give me the excuse.
Yeah, right.
It's something more, in addition.
Well, look, when we're on those podcasts, we're drinking together.
Yeah.
So we're not alone,
Yeah.
if you will.
That's special
That's true.
enough.
Right.
I'll mail you guys some fireworks. Cross your fingers you don't get arrested, and we'll light them off
Okay.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
got a lot
sounds
of
safe.
space in my basement.
Light them off close to the mic so it'll be inaudible and dangerous to you and your loved ones.
There you go.
Sounds good.
All right, what movie are we watching this week?
So this week we are watching the second oldest movie on the list, which is the 1925 movie The Gold Rush, starring, written by, and directed by Charlie Chaplin.
Produced by...
Produced by Charlie Chaplin. Charles Chaplin, as he likes to go by in the credits, I guess. The synopsis is, a prospector goes to the Klondike in search of gold and finds it, and more. Worst use of ands in a synopsis yet.
Yeah.
In search of gold and finds it, and more. No comments.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of the summary. It perfectly sums it
It's
up.
accurate. Just poorly written. But TC.
Yep.
This movie is the second oldest movie. It's a silent movie. It's black and white. What'd you think?
Well, all right, that's what I think. Anyways,
Sorry, was there a title card that we missed?
Yeah, sorry, it was in silence. I couldn't, actually, funny thing is, it wasn't horrible.
Yes.
I mean, I got, pretty baked and was like, if I'm going to watch a silent movie, I better be so stoned that I just stay put.
That I hear it, that it makes noise at me.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, there were like a lot of really stupidly funny parts.
Yes.
That didn't seem to really matter much to the story, but it was, like the little dance he did with the spoons. I was cracking up while he was doing that. I don't know what it was, but he was just like, I understand why he had to be so over the top because there's no sound. So like, it does work. The way that he acts out the scenes and the way that all the other actors are like very much over the top.
Yeah.
Right.
They emote a lot and their faces are crazy looking.
Yeah. Interesting story, I guess. I mean, it's honestly, the story doesn't even fucking matter because it just goes from one stupid situation to another stupid situation.
It's like a sketch bit, sort of like almost. You're just sort of,
It's like a compilation of sketches.
Yeah.
Comedy sketches. The love story was funny a little bit. It was like dumb, but it's kind of cute. I never figured out why he was wearing the boot, though. Did I miss something?
Because he ate his other boot, right?
Yeah, his other boot got eaten. So
but if you had all this other material.
But why do you wear one then? Why wouldn't you just like...
eat the other one?
Or like figure out the other one?
I mean, if you had all this... His non-boot boot was way bigger than the regular boot. Why didn't he eat that material instead of his boot?
Well, there you go.
Well, it wasn't leather. It was just paper or something.
Hey, paper's
these are
not
all
bad.
things I was thinking about the whole time. Like, why is he still wearing the big boot?
I like it how he kicked everybody with the big boot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scene in the bar where he like goes under people's legs and shit, and then ultimately the guy gets knocked over the head with something else, and he wakes up from like being punched, and he thinks he knocked him out, and he like walks away and tugs at his tuxedo. I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know why. I thought that was, where's Georgia? Where's Georgia? Where's Georgia? And then, it's tough. It's tough with those things, but there wasn't as many title cards as I was expecting. I don't know if maybe the general just had more because it was relying on like telling you the story rather than the imagery. But I didn't
watch a different one, huh?
Oh, I don't know. Which one did you watch?
So I watched the redone one that was done in 1942.
Oh, I watched the old one.
Good for you, TC. You watched the original, which is probably what we should have done. But,
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know there was two. Thank God for that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah. But did you watch the director's cut? No.
It is the
Sort of,
director's cut.
actually, yeah.
There is a director's
it's
cut
the
on this
director's
one.
recut. Yeah.
He actually does a voiceover, and there's no title cards, and it's his own voice doing the voiceover.
Chaplin
Oh, really?
narrates
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it is pretty weird. His voice is not great.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah. I'd rather not know what his voice sounds like, so I'll skip that.
I expect this kind of screw up on my part, Denny, but I'm a little ashamed of you.
Why? What'd I do?
You didn't watch the original.
No, I didn't want to. Fuck that.
Wow.
Why would I want to
I
read?
choose not to run. Look
All
at
right,
this
you
guy.
still did it in a Denny way. At least you were aware and made a choice, whereas
Yes.
I had no idea. I had
Yeah,
to
you
learn.
just picked one. That's what I did too. I looked it up online. Charlie Chaplin Gold Rush free streaming.
And these are all like
Enter.
the copyrights are all gone, so you can just watch them for free anywhere online.
Well, some bullshit happened to me, right? So I looked it up one night and I started to watch it on. Great. I fucking think those assholes realized I didn't finish it and then charged me $3.99 to watch the rest of it. I was like, fuck that. I'm not
What?
doing that. Yeah.
How does that work?
I don't know. So I logged in. I looked on my TV's search thing. You know, where you just type in the movie and it'll tell you all the different
Right.
companies that provide it.
Yeah.
And started it for like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. Not long because I was like right before bed and then I just kind of fell asleep. So the next night I had to fix it and watch the rest of it. Went to go to the same spot, $3.99. I was like, fuck this. I must be the only one watching fucking Gold Rush. And they're like, oh, let's get him. We're going to get him. He didn't finish.
We gotta watch her. He didn't finish it. This is
He
perfect.
didn't finish it. He's going to come back. I know he is.
They have
And
four
then-
guys working and monitoring to get $3.99 out of somebody.
Right.
We got him. We got him.
I knew it, boss.
He's
got
got to
him.
be watching this for
My
a project
algorithm
too.
works. Yeah,
I bet
right.
he's got a due date.
Exactly. That's
He's
what I
probably
was
got a
thinking, John.
podcast. You fucking
John, this
idiot.
is literally what I was thinking when I saw the video back. I'm like, these motherfuckers know, because who watches this movie on purpose? Nobody.
I
So
don't know.
I ended up just
Old
like
people.
streaming it for free. Nah, old people aren't watching this crap.
Why not?
I mean, it's not crap, but like, you know what I'm saying? No one's seeking this out unless, like you said, John, you're in a class. You got to watch it for something. You're on a podcast.
You're in a podcast.
Yeah, you're on a podcast.
What, you got a podcast, buddy? Good for
Oh,
you.
I bet he's got a podcast. I bet. So anyways, that happened and I was really annoyed, even though I probably couldn't be further from the truth, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was not a horrible watch. I have to say it was, quirky, funny, stupid little skits. You don't need to follow the story. It doesn't matter. And another funny part that I really liked was the turkey, where he sees the turkey. The guy sees the turkey.
Oh, like the chicken
Instead
suit?
of
Yeah.
or is it chicken suit? Yeah,
I don't know, whatever. Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah, that was funny. That came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, right. They have to go this far with it because there's no sound.
Yeah. I bet didn't Looney Tunes rip that off?
Oh, really?
I don't know. Because Looney Tunes
I
was
don't
like
know.
mid-20s
just
and
that
later.
image? Well,
Yeah.
maybe it possibly.
Because they did a lot of stuff in Looney Tunes where they were starving.
You
and then they
imagine,
would,
and so you imagine them as
a
a
ham
chicken
bone
or whatever.
or something. Yeah.
True.
Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, it was a
I
good
have
bit.
to say, we've watched 100 movies here, and I have to say, I don't know, plus, but best chicken suit I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
Tops chicken suit.
I mean, that was, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever see a better chicken suit. A little
Just
choked up
throwing
thinking
that
about
out
it.
yeah,
there,
you
you know?
sound like you're about to shed a tear for the chicken suit.
Just throwing it out there. I don't think I've ever seen such a chicken suit. Such a fine, fine chicken suit.
And such a fine in-suit performance.
Amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Very true. Very
Chaplin
true. You know,
himself
it's got to
in
be
that
hard
suit.
to see in there.
Yeah. I would imagine that's probably why there wasn't a lot of movement, just a lot of feet shuffling, really.
Well,
Yeah.
there was some flapping arms waving around at
That's
one point
true.
when he was outside. That was
Probably
well done.
Banged his elbows on the table on the outtakes, I would imagine. Can't see
Ooh,
anything from
yeah.
inside that suit.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, it'd have been hot too, I bet.
Oh, yeah. Because that looked
No,
cold.
I don't know. It seemed like it was cold out there.
I mean-
so.
I mean, the inside the suit though. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but even still.
They were.
That doesn't check out, John. I bet he was freezing in that chicken suit.
They weren't filming
There's
in
no
the Arctic.
fleece back then. They got, Unless they lined that thing with animal pelts.
No, that thing was made out of chicken wire with
Where
chicken
were they-
feathers stapled to it.
yeah,
was
right.
the snow real, or was I thought it was all fake?
I have
know.
no idea. I couldn't tell either one way or the other, to be honest.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay,
There was
I
not a
assumed
lot
it
of good
was fake,
trivia
but
on this
I
movie.
somehow assumed it was like all done on a lot or something.
It was.
It had
Yeah.
to have been,
Yeah, they actually they planned on filming it out on location, and they did the first scene where they're climbing up the mountain, and there's the 600 people, which was how many extras they had climbing up. That was all real.
Wow.
They planned on doing a lot of it out there, but apparently Charlie Chaplin likes to do a lot of takes and stuff, and that is not conducive to filming on location. So they scrapped that after a couple of weeks, and then they built all these big sets in Hollywood.
Interesting.
So he gave up.
I mean, I don't know. So I don't really have much else to say. There are a couple cool trick shots and some other cool framings, I guess, but I wasn't really paying attention to that.
Yeah, gotta love the
So-
old timey special effects where a cut is a special effect.
Or a fade.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the end
Miniatures.
of it for me. So
John.
Well, I'm not. So I watched the version you watched, Denny, and I like the comedy bits, the physical comedy bits, but I also I was kind of bored. I fell asleep actually 2/3 of the way.
it is
Boo.
boring. It is boring a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm a little negative on this one in that the story's it's really
Did you
all
finish
about
it?
Yeah.
Did you wake up and finish
course
it? Okay.
I woke up and had to rewind.
He's got a VHS still.
Yeah. Those were the days. I thought it was somewhat entertaining. I like the Tramp style in that same kind of way. I like the Buster Keaton style where it's sort of very pantomime stuff. But yeah, I didn't really. I thought some of the physical comedy was pretty funny. I liked the cabin scene the first cabin scene where he's getting blown around by the wind.
Yeah.
I thought that was
that was good.
Pretty well done. It takes some serious skills, I think, to do what they did. So I really like that. But otherwise, I mean, again, it's the story.
Once again, the
is
first
really
10 minutes
not
of the
there.
movie, only positive part, then the rest of it, you just start
I haven't
teetering
done this
off.
for a while. That wasn't the first 10 minutes.
Was
that
it?
was well into the movie.
No, I don't think so. This movie wasn't
Well,
very long.
No,
Alright.
that was. I think that was pretty early.
Yeah, you're right. It was the opening. Damn. I haven't done that for a while.
I thought that was definitely an
They
hour.
climb
in,
up the mountain. That takes
first 10
about 3 minutes. And then they're at the
Yeah.
cabin. And so
Yeah,
it was
he
the
gets
first
chased by
5
the
minutes,
bear.
really, of the movie is when it
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. And then and then I get tired.
Yeah.
And cranky.
Yeah, I know that one well. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Right. Yeah. So I got up to pour some milk on my toast and
Pour some milk on my
and then I
toast.
fell asleep.
Oh,
I think
is this
it's
back to the
toes.
milk and bread reference
Yeah. Yeah.
from
Just,
before?
you know,
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just
crap.
what
Now I
old
have to
men-
include that fucking beginning part to make that make sense.
I know. The callback was before we started.
Yeah.
so.
God damn it, John.
Don't do it.
I'm doing it.
Yep.
Oh, you better believe it.
Oh, it's happening, baby.
It's all your fault. And it's all your fault.
I did look up a question for you guys. Will eating shoes actually be good for you if you're starving?
Yes.
And
Danny
Yes.
says yes. TC?
oh,
Good for you, or
I don't know.
give you
Well,
sustenance?
you'll
Will
be
it
better off
survive?
having eaten your leather shoe.
I would think yes, because I would think
I would
yes. And I have
think
reasons
no.
why I think that.
I would think no. I think it would.
People did
lodge
that in the
your
Great Depression.
intestines somewhere. Really?
Yeah.
What?
Show so much I know.
Well, Quora tells us that leather shoes have tannins and oils in them that will cause you gastric distress, if not outright kill you or poison you.
Ooh.
Or maybe
Um,
not back in the day.
Yeah, they didn't have the tannins back then. If you're so poor, are you affording
Shoes.
tannins?
The fuck are tannins?
I have no idea.
It's oils and
You
stuff. I
know,
don't
I was
know.
gonna say.
I just want to keep saying the word. It's a new word, and it's
If you're
fun.
poor, do you have tannins?
Yeah.
What are they? No clue.
Dude, can you ingest tannins? I have no idea what you're talking
What
about. Sure, try it. You're annoying me. Go ahead, kill yourself. See if I care.
Yeah, I don't think people really ate shoes, even during the Great Depression there.
Bugs Bunny is a goddamn liar.
That's where you're getting your info
Dude,
from.
that's all my information comes from fucking Looney Tunes. What do you want from me?
Bugs Bunny was your daddy growing up. Huh? Just
Shit, man.
taught me
That's
everything I
good.
know, man.
There's some kid out there being like, well, Beavis and Butthead said it was true.
Yeah.
You know?
Here's a list of 10 odd foods that were common. Prune pudding.
How's that odd? That sounds
Um,
good. I'll eat
this
that.
is-
All right,
this
let's
is
TC. We'll
this
say if
is,
we'll eat it or not. All right, here we go.
Yeah, this is askaprepper.com. Prune pudding.
Eat it.
Nope.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Mock apple pie, meaning no apples because there weren't any apples.
Absolutely.
So what's
Just brown
in it?
sugar chunks? Absolutely. Sounds great.
But yeah.
Sounds like coffee cake.
Well, you crumble crackers sprinkled with syrup and cinnamon.
All right, yeah, I like
That
that.
actually sounds kind of good.
No, that actually sounds good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Spaghetti and carrot casserole.
Is there any
All
word
right.
on the casserole
I'll
part?
do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, because instead of meat, you had boiled carrots, sort of substituted for the meat
Okay,
carrots.
yeah,
Yes.
sure.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I
Covered
think I
in
might
a
have done
white
something like
sauce.
that once or twice, just being lazy.
Yeah. So instead of meatballs, you got carrots.
You know,
That's a weird substitution. but
Vinegar cobbler.
sure. Ooh,
uh,
what? I don't know about that one.
Like instead of cobbler, you'd put vinegar
Ugh,
and sugar and vanilla and butter as the filling.
negative.
I'd try that.
I'd try that.
Yeah, sure.
Mulligan stew.
What is that?
Explain.
Come again?
It varied depending what food was on hand. The stew can be thought as throwing anything and everything you have into the pot to fill your belly. Some down on the luck folk went so far as to adding lint to the pot to make it more filling.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, that's good. Just have a fucking piece of wet lint in your teeth. That's going to be better than not having that.
No, you just
Yeah,
swallow.
yeah.
You don't even chew. You just go right down.
Don't worry, kids. I got a bunch of frump we can stick in the pot today. Go on, John. So this is a list of 10.
Dandelion salad.
No, I've eaten dandelions before. They don't taste good.
Yeah. It's nutritious.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
apparently. Salt and vinegar. Kraft macaroni and cheese. Another one, Jell-O. Cream chip beef.
That doesn't sound very good.
Known by many World War II veterans as shit on a shingle.
What's the
Cover-
description?
yeah.
I want to know what this
Yeah,
is.
It's
It's
an
chip beef.
interesting
It's
one.
like covered in gravy and served on a piece of toast.
All right.
That doesn't sound
do
too
that.
bad.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can try to do that.
I'll try it. Yeah.
Oh, I got peanut butter stuffed onions.
Yeah.
Peanut butter
Yeah.
stuffed onions. Yeah.
Baked onions were improved by scoops
Yeah,
of peanut
yeah.
butter.
All right. This is a fun game. I mean, what are we talking about Gold Rush?
I'm getting
for?
fucking
We should just
hungry.
keep doing
I'm
this.
just going to pull up pages on the internet and read them to you guys. Yeah, there's like top
Would
20
you
lists
eat
of
this?
plenty, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that's all we got. No shoes to speak of.
No leather, huh?
Now let's just change our podcast to "Would you eat that?"
Would you eat that?
Yeah.
Hey, it's just me and him going, no, yeah, no, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't chew.
Eat it like an oyster. It's a free
Just
oyster.
suck it down. I'm telling you, that lint, it'll fill you up. I don't know, man. I don't think
Make your
leather. No, I'm
stomach
not
itch.
eating leather.
I would if I was starving, man. Fuck yeah. And I mean, and people like this movie was apparently based on the Donner Party and the whole gold rush of the mid to late 1800s.
Right, yeah. Chaplin thought that'd be a great combo for comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of dark. It was never like sad or scary, but it was kind of like
Not
they're
really.
talking about eating people right now. They're talking about murdering human beings.
No, I was watching this with Sam, my 4-year-old daughter, and she's like, "What's he doing with that gun, Daddy?" He's like, "All right, I didn't think this would be that violent."
Did you have to shut it off? Too much?
No, it still was so like slapstick. She sort of enjoyed. She enjoyed some of the way they were running around, but she was just more like, "Yeah, just is he gonna hurt that guy?" I just assumed a Charlie Chaplin silent film comedy wasn't going to be violent.
Yeah,
or
true.
anything.
Make an
I guess that's a
assumption.
safe assumption. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd think so, yeah, I guess.
You would think. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least, right.
Going into this, I thought it's a lighthearted comedy, but it certainly there's some grimness to it.
Yeah.
Going into this, I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I got to watch this.
I was really sad for him when he sent that dinner out and had all the presents.
I
and
know.
everything.
Poor bastard.
Poor
Yeah.
Trent.
And
Poor
they
little
made
fellow.
fun of him, and they fucked with him.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that it for you, John? For your review?
I think that's everything I got.
That's everything you got. I'm going to be more on TC's side. I really enjoyed this movie. I didn't get stoned, but I laughed the entire time. I don't know, except for the end. Like the last 5 minutes was kind of stupid. But yeah, I thought like his mannerisms were great. Like they really tossed him around a bunch. Like there was one shot where it looked like he snapped his back when he was up on he was like in the bar and the big gym guy like went and got him or something. I forget exactly what was happening, but he like yanked him out of frame and his legs went like up above his head.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy.
I remember that one. I know. He has a really good way of like keeping his body stiff sometimes.
Oh yeah, when he froze too, he like dragged him back
Yeah.
in and he was completely flat. I was laughing pretty hard when he picked
And it
him up.
totally worked.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like he was frozen.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did that.
And then he brought him in and like started like moving individual parts of his body one at a time and then danced around with him and shook him. I was laughing pretty hard during that part.
Yep.
One of the funniest parts I thought in the movie was when he didn't have a belt and he was trying to dance with Georgia. So he went over
when the dog
and,
came out?
Yeah, he like tied himself to a dog accidentally.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how the hell do you come up with that idea? It's so friggin' silly.
It
I'm like,
so dumb.
he's dragging a dog around, and he like kicks the dog in the face, which wasn't very nice, but I laughed pretty hard at that too. With his fat foot.
Nice guy, this Denny.
I don't know. He had like a fat boot on, and he tied himself to a dog by accident. He was doing a waltz, and he's kicking a dog. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous, this movie.
It is really ridiculous.
Yeah, and there's like 200 people, like extras on set. So it's like a big budget movie for the time, which it was. It was the 5th highest grossing silent movie of all time, which is crazy.
Wow.
It's the only one in like the top 50 highest grossing silent movies that is on this list. So that's a combination of popularity and quality, I guess. Because the number one is Birth of a Nation. Just putting that out there. Number one.
We keep bringing that one up.
Of course.
That old gem.
It's in the history books, guys.
Yep.
And so I really enjoyed it. I did some research on Charlie Chaplin. I got some information for you guys on Charlie Chaplin that might make you a little bit sad.
All right.
But we can hold off on that for a bit. I got some stuff in the movie I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Whoa, teaser there. All right, fine.
Hey, I know.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Just questions, really.
Did value added material.
Old boots have that many nails in them? Is that a thing that they had?
I think so.
Boots?
Possibly, yeah.
Didn't they use little, like, I don't know what they were.
What they actually ate was black licorice.
Yeah, boiled licorice.
That I'm not so into.
And that scene, they took 3 days to film it with 63 takes, and Charlie Chaplin was eating the licorice the entire time, and he had to be rushed to the hospital for insulin shock.
Oh, shit.
He's just chugging licorice for 3 days.
Oof. Young man gonna get the diabetes.
I don't know. Do you watch these movies and think, if I wasn't worried about getting hurt, I could probably do everything that he's doing?
I didn't think so.
No. What particular things do you think you could not do?
Move. Go down on the floor.
Move.
All of it. Yeah. Just all those things.
Yeah.
You don't think if a giant fan was blowing at you, you could like angle yourself and walk stationary into the fan?
No, I'd be unconscious in 30 seconds.
John would have 2 broken legs, unconscious, carried out in a stretcher.
Yeah.
All we did was turn the fan on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I slipped and I banged my head on the door.
Yeah, that's it. Bring him to the ER.
Oh, okay, I thought we were going to get some lists of hardest to least hard stunts.
Well, we can still go there. I'm just saying, it's like
John's not going to be that
not even
person.
pretend that I can do any of it.
TC, you don't tell me you don't think you could walk into a fan. Come on.
I could. Yeah, I could walk into a fan.
Could you?
And I would keep on walking. I'd walk literally into the fan. That's what I'm saying.
Get blood on everyone behind the fan. Could you climb up a house that was tilted at a 45-degree angle?
Yeah, probably. Till I slip and fall and break my neck.
Could you have a fat guy stand on your head?
This is what it is, Denny. This is what it is. I could go about 75% of the way, and then disaster would happen. So the confidence would be there. I'd be like, I got this, and then it would just be a shit show.
Oh, guys, seriously, I can't move my body.
Never mind. I quit.
I think the one that would scare me the most is I had that fat guy stand on Charlie Chaplin's head.
Oh.
Remember that? When he was like, they were trying to climb up the tilty house?
Do you think they really did that?
Yeah.
I don't know. They might have had ropes in the other guy and like pulling him up or something.
Yeah, like he keep some weight off him or something.
Yeah.
I don't think you could stand on someone's head like that.
Oh.
It'd be, they had to have figured something out there.
Yeah, good point. That's not.
I imagine that they could hide a lot of stuff too, like wires in those times because the film was so hard to see.
How was your guys' copies?
It was pretty rough. It was blurry.
Was it?
I mean, there wasn't blurry digitally wise. It was just like the film stock seemed blurry.
Yeah, I think that the newer version that Denny and I saw was like restored at the time,
it
actually looks better than the original does now because there's more damage or whatever done to the original.
And I watched some of the original too, and like even just the first scene, there are frames missing, so it would like be cutting to complete blackness during. Yep. Yeah, so that's not good.
I was waiting for a slate, like a title card or something.
Oh yeah,
in those moments.
I'm surprised they didn't at least edit the completely missing film sections out of the film. I don't know how that
No,
works.
they had the piano going already. You know, you can't
yeah.
break up
They
that
already wrote the
big, that
music.
great piano. Yeah.
Logic didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
That guy's probably playing the piano for the entire length of the movie in one take, I would imagine. Right?
I mean, it kind of sounded like it.
Yeah. This movie got an Academy Award in 1942 for the re-recorded score.
Okay.
Pretty weird, right? It doesn't really,
Yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't happen again, I wouldn't think. Unless, like, you go back and 3D eyes old movies. and you get
3D eyes.
three-dimensional eyes. I don't know.
3D eyes. Okay.
Yeah. You go
Making
back
up
and,
words. Like it.
Casablanca in 3D, you know? Get a stand in the bar with the rest of them and virtual reality even. That'd be pretty cool.
Worldized.
Worldized.
Call that. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm serious.
How about standing next to a bear? Would you be able to do that?
Was it a real bear?
It was a real bear, right?
Oh, wow.
I mean, you saw the movie, right? I'm not just asking weird questions. This is movie based.
Yeah, I saw there was a bear. I assume, I guess it was a real bear. They just had the bear walk around.
Yeah.
Was that really? That was a real bear?
It certainly looks like a real bear.
I mean, they made a chicken suit.
Well, there was a guy in a bear suit later, but it looked totally different than the bear that was following him around in the beginning.
Huh.
I thought he ate a cork. Did he eat a cork? Would you eat a cork?
What?
Are there calories
What's
in
he
a cork?
cork? Oh, he ate a candle.
I thought it was
He
a
ate the
cork.
candle.
I haven't noticed.
No,
What
no.
is
the
that?
candle.
Buddy, there's not corks in I mean, maybe what do I know?
What are you talking
But
about? There's not corks.
It's like wax
all
in
they,
there. It'd
all
be
they
candle
have to
wax.
drink is alcohol. There's no like clean water and shit.
Oh.
Everyone back then all the time is just drunk because there's no water.
I thought, wait, I'm confused.
True.
I thought you were talking about the scene where he eats the candle.
It was a candle, but I thought it was a cork.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
And you're
That's
saying there
what
weren't
you,
corks, but I want to talk
it's a
about
big,
that now because there's
No,
more
no,
there.
I'm
big
not
wine
saying
bottle.
I'm saying they're not corks in candles. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that checks out.
Yes.
That,
Right?
that checks out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just going through my notes now because I don't think there's
Hey.
going to be very much more to talk about in this movie.
No, there really isn't.
I
don't-
figured this might be
I
a
really
shorty.
don't think there is.
The narrator said some funny stuff, TC. I don't know if you got this in text
I didn't
form.
get it that.
But
Nah.
he said at one point, chicken or no chicken, the little fellow looks appetizing to Big Jim.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Recall that.
How did you find his voice, John?
Oh, I thought it was fine. I mean,
Did you know it was him before you started watching it or after?
I was confused because I was also telling Sam, Sam and I were prepared to watch the movie. Like, okay, this is silent film, Sam, so there's no talking. She's like,
I don't want to watch it.
wrong.
Yeah,
No,
right. Like,
she-
why
she
would
was
we
like-
watch that then?
I don't know, but she was very happy to point out how wrong I was because immediately you have this narrator talking. It was like,
That's awesome.
She thinks you're an idiot now. Ha ha.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dad, what the fuck? You said there was
Yeah.
no talking.
yeah. How come he's talking if nobody's talking?
Well, see, what happened is, yeah.
I thought it was fine. I didn't know it was him, but I looked it up because that's when I looked it up because I was confused.
Struggle kissing. Gotta love old timey struggle kissing.
Uh-huh.
I assume you
Okay.
guys know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. You got like the
I mean,
Bruno dude,
sure.
the giant guy who's just like,
forcing himself on the girl.
yeah, but I mean,
He was such a prick.
And she's like going along with him after this too. Like later on, she's all right with him for a while.
well, they're like dating,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Uh,
Were they dating before, or I thought they were like I didn't think they were dating early. Yeah, the complexities of this story.
Oh, it's deep. This one.
Yeah. So I thought that they weren't dating, but then she warmed up to the icky guy anyway.
Icky guy.
Later.
the icky
Meaning
guy.
the tramp with
Yeah.
his gross boot and his weird
No,
pants.
no. Tramp is not the icky guy.
He's
the
icky. He
brutal
hasn't
guy.
showered, dude. He's about to eat people. He's eating a boot.
disgusting.
He has no toothbrush.
Hey.
He just ate a
Oh,
boot. His breath
all right,
smells friggin'
all right.
terrible.
So he's more icky than the brute jerk guy. How about the
The
jerk
brute.
guy?
I think
Jerk
the brute
guy.
jerk
Yeah.
guy works. Yeah.
There you go. He definitely smells better than the tramp. That's for sure. 100%. Not as bad as Big Jim, though. I bet Big Jim smells the worst out of all three
The
of
Big
those
Jim's
people.
a stinky guy.
You know,
Yeah.
there's some
Yeah.
big people in this film.
Yeah.
Huge. Well, I mean, Charlie Chaplin's only 5'5", so that's pretty small.
Yeah, fair.
TC, I'm going to start calling it a liver attack. How about you?
Okay.
Did you not, was that not a part of the, you might not have, I don't know, been reading
No, it
that?
may not have been. It
Yeah,
was
when
it's
they're
obviously
hungover.
not ringing a bell.
When he drank a
Yeah.
bunch and then he woke up the next day, they called it a liver attack. He's like, this is the worst liver attack I've ever had.
Okay, I'm definitely using that.
Yeah, liver attack.
I don't know why I don't remember that.
It's like, it's not me. It's not a hangover. I didn't do this. This is my liver attacking me, the little jerk.
Huh.
Yeah, kind of pushes the blame.
I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I'm also going to pick up the habit of whenever I take a drink of hard liquor, I'm going to pound my chest and walk around proudly.
Huh. Uh-huh.
No, you guys not
Liver
remembering this
attack.
part? From the
I am
movie?
not remembering this part. Maybe I fell asleep too.
That was one of the best parts of when he got himself drunk pretty quick and he was just like slapping his chest. And I think he was just having a good time with himself, just like feeling good, getting drunk in the cabin.
It was cute.
Yeah.
Huh.
I know we all said the plot doesn't matter, but we can all agree that the general theme of this movie, like the moral of the story, is pretty shitty, wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to get the girl, you got to go get some money.
Yeah. It's like, don't worry,
Isn't that
girl.
true?
I'm nobody now, but I'm going to get millions and I'll come back. That's the moral of the story.
I mean, it's a pretty good story.
It's pretty good. Classic.
I mean, she seemed to kind of like him even when he didn't have money, sort of, because.
Did she?
I don't know.
She liked to make fun of him.
Yeah, well, she felt bad for him
Not
when she
really.
saw the
She
presents and stuff. You thought?
I don't know.
I thought she felt bad.
It was tough to tell. When that cabin got lit on fire, that stunt I thought was pretty good because they had one of the girls, the non-Georgia girl, sitting on the chair.
Yeah.
And
Right.
in the same shot, she was like sitting there with a very complicated dress and got up and underneath the chair was on fire. So to like start that shot, she had to have been on top of fire. That could have gone wrong pretty easily, I would think.
That's true.
She's wearing like a ton of clothing that's probably all very hard to get off. So if any of that caught on fire, it's like, you better hope that's real snow outside and not flammable
Inside.
white stuff. That would also be very bad.
Yes, it would.
Yes.
Yes.
Agreed. And I think that's all I have. I got some trivia, guys. We can get into some
All
weird
right,
stuff.
what do we got?
What do we got? It's going to be a quick one.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go straight to this one. Charlie Chaplin liked to have sex with underage girls.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Why?
When he was 29, he impregnated a girl called Mildred Harris, who was a 16-year-old actress. He had been sleeping with her before that. To not get in trouble, he forced marriage upon her. And then when she was of age, he divorced her at 18.
Wait, so
That's
was a
one.
thing?
That's one of the four wives. Wife number
Oh.
2, when he was 35, she was on. We're going to watch this movie called The Kid. She was a 12-year-old on the set of The Kid. She plays a character. When she was 16, she became pregnant with one of his kids. So who knows? Like people don't know how long before that they were together or whatever. The second wife, Lita Gray, was cast as the lead character in this movie, The Gold Rush. But because she was pregnant, he's like, hey, you can't be in the movie and be pregnant. You have to get an abortion. She's like, I'm not getting an abortion. He's like, well, fuck you then. You're not in the movie. But he still forced marriage on her, so he wouldn't get in trouble. But it kicked her off this movie, and they got Georgia Hale, who was in this movie, who was the actual person. And while Lita Gray was having the kid, Charlie Chaplin was having an affair with Georgia Hale, who is the woman in this movie.
Oh my goodness.
If you watch the version TC watched, the last shot is him kissing her, right?
Uh-huh.
In the version me and John watched, and the one he recut in 1942, that's gone because he says it was because he liked it to, I don't, his
he wanted a simpler ending.
Right,
I
but that's
read
bullshit.
that and I was like, what?
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
What he cut it out was because he was divorced and they left the relationship badly, and he didn't want that like in the record books as like him, because like everyone thought the kiss was so passionate, and everyone's like, oh, it was because they were really together.
And now they're not.
And now they're not. So his third wife, when he was 45, she was 22. Her name was Paulette Goddard. She was 22, but when they first met, she told him she was 17. When he thought she was 17, he invited her to live in her mansion, and she did. They were together for 7 years. She was in The Great Dictator. So we'll see her. His fourth wife, Una O'Neill, was 18 years old when he was 50. But this one has a happy ending. They stayed together forever until he died. They had 8 kids. So whatever.
Did he rape them too?
He apparently was an asshole.
God damn it, TC.
Oh. God, I'm sorry. I'm blown away by this. This is disgusting. And you wonder why everyone in Hollywood's all fucked up all the time.
Yeah.
It's funny because he has he never got nominated for or won like acting awards or anything like that, but he got a Lifetime Achievement Award in like the 70s from the Academy.
Sure.
And if you
Yeah.
watch
For what?
this,
Pedophilia? I mean, what the fuck are we talking about here? He's a prolific pedophile. Give that guy an award.
Seriously, if you like, I watched it today. That the footage from that speech. There's a guy like that talks about him for 4 minutes before he gets on stage and accepts it. he quotes a lot of Charlie Chaplin, and Charlie Chaplin has a lot of quotes about like be kind to others and like be good and get rid of the violence.
As long as they're overage, and if they're not, have sex with them.
And I haven't even started talking about how he treated his kids or how he treated these people. Like he wasn't nice to these underage people. All the
right,
people
no, they were just essentially sex slaves.
They were literally sex slaves. He forced them into marriages they didn't want to be into. He forced them to have kids they didn't want. He tried to force abortions on people. The kids that he did have, he either abandoned or he abused. There are multiple stories from other actors. And it all gets like washed under because everyone's like, fucking Charlie Chaplin is the goddamn man. Because he like, was one of the first stars in movies, which is true. And he's made a bunch of classics and he pushed the medium forward, like probably way more than if he wasn't there. So, I mean, all that's true. And you kind of got to appreciate, I don't know, guys, this podcast is turning into like, do you appreciate?
It's just like what's happening to Ryan Adams right now, right? Like,
Yeah, but Ryan Adams didn't like change the music industry. He made like some good songs. Charlie Chaplin like invented an industry.
I don't think you know who Ryan Adams is.
I don't. But I mean, that's my point. If I don't know who he is, he's not as big as Charlie Chaplin.
Well, no, of course not. But it's still these people that have so much power in whatever realm they're in because they are pushing through.
I don't even think you need that much power to do this to people. Like,
well, I don't think I hope that it's going to change in forever at this point.
I think this is how people are, man. Like the more we go into this, like I think there's people.
I know. I mean, you have all the
it.
stories about Geffen too, with like young lads.
Yeah, we have so many more movies on this list that we're gonna have to ask the question, like, can we enjoy this person's art because they did terrible things? And with this type of stuff too, I mean, you could always think
that's fucked up.
That at a certain time, like now, that looks bad. And I mean, the way he did it is bad because he forced them to do it. And it was a different time. So like not even now, like 16 is the age of consent in some states. So that's not inherently like bad. Like it's not, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, I mean, legally bad.
Right. Legally
I
bad.
guess is the, right.
And you can make an argument that like once a person is like through puberty, then they're ready to bear a kid. And then that should be the age that they can have sex. Like there's a genetic, I mean, you can make an argument there. Right. But the way he did it, by using his power to force these people into situations they didn't want to be into when they were like in a situation where those people's parents, I mean, they're children actors. Their parents suck. This is way back in the day where movies were not that big. People were using their kids to make money. They didn't have good parent figures. He stepped in and abused them. Like that's totally fucked up. There are numbers upwards of 2,000 of how many women he slept with during his career. There are Marlon Brando and one of Brando's sons was on Charlie Chaplin's last movie, which was called A Countess from Hong Kong. And Brando said Chaplin was the most sadistic man he'd ever met.
Oh,
he yelled at Brando. He yelled at his son. Chaplin's sons were on set, and the sons were just like, yeah, this is how he is all the time.
Jeez.
So he would like force people to do whatever he wanted to do. He would constantly criticize you for being bad. Like he would try to make you feel bad to get like a powerful edge on you. He was like one of those guys. And then you watch the Oscar ceremony and it's just like, everyone's like, oh, you're such a freaking genius. You're a writer, director, actor. It's confusing. Like, how could you possibly just blind yourself and focus on one of the two things? Can't you? I mean, you should look at both. Not just one, not all the good, not all the bad. Just look at both. I don't know. Then feel very conflicted about it. That's probably why people don't like to do it. Because I'm like, this is an entertaining as hell movie. And the guy did a lot of really original shit and pushed an industry forward that I love. But he abused a lot of people, ruined real lives.
And let's just not just say people. Kids.
Yeah.
Kids. Yeah,
So
I was just reading
answer?
something where he told, he had when he was married to one of them, he said, you have to have a threesome because you're my wife and you're going to do what I want you to. Jesus.
Stand up dudes.
Yeah.
Good egg guy, that guy, really guy you can trust.
Yeah. So, I mean, like half this list, is that an exaggeration? So much of this list has people that this will be brought up for, I think. Or should we stop talking about it? I feel like we should bring it up in every movie where it's...
No, I think we should bring it up.
Yeah.
It needs to be talked about.
No, it's fine. It's fine to talk about it. I don't know. It's an interesting question just to say, well, can you enjoy somebody's work if that somebody is a terrible person?
I enjoyed it before I knew it was bad. So yes.
Well, yeah, but so you can, right? But should you, or should you just avoid it altogether then?
Yeah.
And I think it sort of depends. Part of it is like how much that person's personality sort of comes through the work. And then when you know these things about them, you see it in a completely different way and it's really awful. And then you can't even stand to watch it.
Woody Allen.
For example. Right. Or even like Kevin Spacey. his personality seems sort of mysterious and interesting. And then once you learn some of these other things,
that he
then
grabs
it starts to
underage
seem,
dudes' dicks at bars without their
right.
consent.
Then it starts to, then that sort of mysteriousness turns into creepiness. And
have you guys
so
watched
then,
the Spacey movies since that stuff has happened?
No, I don't want to.
I haven't either.
We have American Beauty at least, and Seven.
That's a great fucking movie, though.
And Usual Suspects.
Usual Suspects, right?
We got a number.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a hard one to fucking talk about.
But
really.
that's like,
LA Confidential is on this list.
Yeah, I that one.
That one. Yep.
Guy Pearce, come on, dude. Guy Pearce, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, dude. Guy Pearce.
Oh man.
I felt like that movie was just trying to rip off some. I think it was maybe trying to rip off Pulp Fiction or something. I don't know. But
you'd be wrong.
We'll get to that,
but
right?
Yeah, we can get to it.
I am wrong, and we'll fight.
We will fight. That'll be the one we go and do a on-site podcast so we can fight about it.
But there are various scientists that were terrible people. Should we not use their products?
There are a lot of products that were tested in very inhumane ways. Do we stop using them?
So right. Like, yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know.
By continue using them, we're kind of saying, okay, keep doing it. But we're
not at the same time because we're just using.
Can you separate those things? I mean, can you say? I mean, there's like anytime anybody talks about John Lennon, there's somebody who's really happy to talk about how awful of a person he was to women. So does that mean we shouldn't listen to the Beatles or appreciate any of that music? Right? Should I not have my daughter listen to the Beatles because John Lennon was a terrible person?
No, because then you just police everything in the world. Because I mean, shit. The ground we stand on was taken in a way that was fucking gnarly.
You can still watch Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross. Come on. That's all I need.
Well, just a little tree. Oh, and you know what?
Yeah.
Won't you be my neighbor?
Cloud.
That's all you really need until you're
right.
bored.
There you go. All you need, yeah.
It's a life lesson. We're learning how intrinsically horrible people are. When they get power, the majority of them become terrible people.
Assholes. Yeah, they become awful people, right? Money and power breeds just negativity.
Makes you think that if you fell into fame, would you become an asshole? It's
hell yeah.
Statistics.
No, I'm kidding.
Statistically, probably, right?
Yeah. What if you're already kind of an asshole? Would it be worse? Absolutely.
Wow. Hey, you know what? I will have you know that Fox and Friends did point out that young people are now entitled and useless because Fred Rogers stressed the importance of love and its absence in their lives.
Did they really say that?
Apparently.
Are you fucking serious? Are they the fucking... how is that possible? That's like the opposite of what you should be saying to create a good world. Fuck them. Sorry. Why are we talking about politics?
I don't know, because it's natural.
Yeah.
Well, that sort of friendliness and being kind to others, that's not good values anymore.
No.
That, in fact, it might make certain people who decided that that's not the way they want to live feel uncomfortable. So you can kind of see why they might start to hate someone like Mr. Rogers, who's all about love and kindness and compassion.
What a fucking dandy that Mr. Rogers was. Wearing sweaters.
Man. He makes me, what are you going to go be nice to people? No, how will they ever fend for themselves? That's why you have all these homeless people, because they were told that they were loved or should be loved. Anyway.
Wow.
Whoa.
Tell us how you really feel, John.
Yeah.
For the first time in a long time, I might have an edit for John right there.
That was all sarcastic, by the way.
I'm going to auto-tune you to sound seriously now that I'm all touched
you,
up on my auto.
You should do it just monotone as fuck. All one fucking note.
Homeless people were told
they were loved, and that's why they are homeless.
And now we can ask our listeners if they want to continue to listen to us.
Yeah, right.
Because I am an evil person.
Fuck. So I think the last thing I have on him, on Chaplin himself, was that he was a victim, quote unquote, of the blacklisting in Hollywood back in the 40s.
Right. He had a lot
going on. Yeah. Apparently he was on a vacation to England once with his fourth and final wife. And on the boat, he was asked by some U.S. Army or Navy dude, military guy, that he was suspected of having communist ties or communist motivations or whatever the fuck they used to accuse people of back then during this period of time. And he refused to do any, like they wanted to do like a personality test and like a traits test and just figure out if where like his, I don't know, his allegiance lied or whatever the fuck. I don't know. And he just refused because like, that's stupid. I'm not doing that. So then he was exiled from the United States for 20 years. He had to live in Sweden.
Oh, wow.
And he didn't come back. That was in 1952. He didn't come back till 1972.
Why'd he come back?
To accept that Academy Award for one. I don't know. For other things, maybe.
Oh. to rape.
See how the crop of young girls was doing in the Hollywood area?
I'm getting a little bored with this 15-year-old looking for a new little fun. Fucking lunatic.
Yeah. It's not fun to joke about? Is this not an okay thing to joke about?
I mean, you're not supposed to joke about it, but I feel like I'm so nervous about the topic, I have to joke about
sweating.
it.
I'm nervous. Yeah, I'm
right.
like, this might all be on the floor.
Yeah, it's just, I don't get it.
I
just
use
don't
John as a
understand it.
laughometer. If John's dead quiet, it's probably inappropriate.
If John's dead quiet, he's sitting there going, oh, fuck, I got to
Yeah, he's
explain.
like, God
I can't
damn,
do
these guys
this.
are fucking
Fuck,
idiots.
these fucking assholes. God damn it, I should have just left.
Some of my work friends listen to this. This is no good.
This isn't
gonna
good.
explain
We're
to
talking
myself
about
about the office.
pedos. We're talking about pedos. This is not good.
It's all right. It's a difficult subject. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worse to not talk about it because I'm in the sense of like it being so disgusting.
I mean, it's
You don't
important to
wanna-
bring it up and not forget it. And
right.
you don't necessarily see it. Not to say that if we talk about how great a person was and they did terrible things, and it's worth mentioning those things too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean the work isn't good.
Is that what we're coming to the conclusion in? Because I'm up in the air on that.
Well, it also varies too. Again, like I said, like if the work is really tied up with like who they are and like Woody Allen, where
But that's not so much of a what they did thing. That's like how we perceive the art, which is totally selfish.
Do you think that like the Catholics think that way when they go to pray? Well, I mean, the religion's great, but like, what am I going to do? These guys are fucking little kids. I don't know what to do. I mean, God, help me here. Help me. What do I do?
But the religion's good. Well, sure.
Yeah. We'll come back. I mean, the book has some nice, psalms in it, and some songs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we rape, but God, thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, look. They just had a summit. It'll never happen again. I promise.
They took care of it, guys. We had a meeting. They took care of it.
Yeah, we had a meeting. We sat down.
They
Hey,
got
you
him.
guys all think this is bad, right?
That cardinal,
yeah, okay,
they got
good.
him, guys. Problem's over. They got him.
Oh, shit. John's dead silent.
Yeah, sorry, John.
I'm doing it on purpose.
Now that he
But I
knows
mean,
he controls the
that's-
laughometer. It's,
honestly, Denny, I mean, that's basically what John's saying, though, right? Like it's tough because I don't think the answer is yes. You can't just boycott good art that makes a person feel something based on of some other side of it. I don't know. Because otherwise we wouldn't be able to do anything if that was the case.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, the world's full of shitheads.
or you'd have to like draw a personal line of where you felt comfortable watching. Like everyone does.
Yeah.
I mean, most people do bad shit. So like you're probably going to end up drawing a line to what you're okay with, which is maybe a little bit harder than just accepting everything.
It is. And then there's the question of like whether you choose to let your money go to somebody like that. Somebody who's, I mean, now it doesn't necessarily matter if we go and watch this film or whatever, because, he's long gone. But actively, like now, if somebody's a terrible person, do you want to go like say Woody Allen, if he put out a new film, do you want to go and, actually see the film and pay money for it?
No.
Right. But so there's another aspect of it too, is whether you support a bad person doing stuff like that.
I'll be honest. I mean, it's selfishly, if Casey Affleck's in another movie, I might go see it.
We'll see. Fine.
Yeah. Isn't that fucked up though?
Because I already made peace with that one.
Steve Jobs arguably was a pretty terrible father. Again, I don't know. That means he was just a bad person through and through or whatever. But would you like consider not having an iPhone just because of the kind of person he was?
Not until Androids get better. Am I right?
Right. See?
Wink, wink. Yeah, am I right?
There.
See what I did there?
I'm a stand-up human being. I stand by my morals. I do the right thing, just like you.
Yeah.
guys.
Well, then you
We're
should
great.
just go get yourself a flip phone or maybe a rotary.
Fuck that.
I don't know what you
Surf
do
the internet
these
all
days.
day, every day. I need my phone.
Yeah. Right.
So we're not helping, is what you're saying, John. Crap. I mean, I already knew that, so whatever.
Part of the problem.
Well, it's. I don't think it's an easy decision. I don't think there's, and I think it starts to become strange if you do sort of do it in a black and white kind of way,
right?
It's everywhere.
Yeah, and no one wants to talk to you at a party. They're like, "Hey, did you see the new?
Did you see the new
Roman
whatever
Polanski movie?" And you're like,
"Hey,
"Oh,
did
no,
you know the
Polanski's
director was a pedophile and the writer was a racist and that actress?"
And they're like, "Oh my god, it's trying to have fun at a party, you asshole."
No, and then there's some guy that's just like, "Yeah, And
but it was good though, right?
And the movie was great though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That rapist can sure direct. Am I right? Come on.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Oh,
Denny.
John's
You
laughing.
nailed
That
it.
joke's staying in. This is good stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
that joke landed.
Yes.
Okay. Check.
I mean, definitely we'll get to like the Polanski films for sure.
Yep.
I mean, he did it.
Yeah,
He raped a 12. Was it she 12 or 14? I don't remember.
I don't want to
drugged her,
Yeah.
then raped her.
Drugged and raped, convicted, admitted. It's 100% true. And we're going to watch some movies. Some of the best movies ever made, you guys.
Yeah.
So
we can have that discussion again.
Yeah.
You got to just kind of put it in the back of your
case.
head because the inanimate object isn't really reflective of the personality of the person making it.
But it kind of is.
Right? Well, but it's not in the sense that if that art or whatever doesn't contain any of the gnarly shit they're doing.
But it does. But it does.
You think?
I mean,
okay,
you've seen Chinatown or no?
Yeah.
It's got some pretty.
No, I guess that's true. I guess if it does, then yeah, maybe not watch it. I don't know. But I guess like John, this is so tough. This is such a fucking gray
it's
area.
like Louis C.K. where he jokes about masturbating in front of people and then he does masturbate in front of people
because he's actually doing it.
Yeah, it's like, well, that joke is no longer funny.
Yeah.
But all of his other gross stuff might be funny still because he didn't actually do it.
Or did
he seemed so condescending and thoughtful and he was like one of the good guys he seemed until you find out this stuff and then it's like, oh crap.
Yeah.
It was upsetting.
And now watching movies, I'm like, whenever someone says something, I'm like, 50-50 chance on that guy. Next 2 years, something's coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do we get to this?
I mean, Louis C.K. is not even done, right? He's still going.
He'll wait for things to cool off and he'll come back.
He's trying. He did a couple of like small shows a while back. The sort of beginning of the apology tour.
Yeah. I guess you're right. There's no tour dates on his website.
So yeah, I think that's all I have for the. I mean, I know that's all I have for the movie. Do you guys have anything else for this movie?
No, but way to end on a high note.
Were we talking about the movie? I didn't even remember. I thought we were just talking about other shit.
Yeah. I think this next movie we have. Oh, first, would you guys put this in the top 250 best movies ever made? PC.
Well, with all this information, no, I probably would just because I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. So my list doesn't have this on there. So gotta have one.
John?
No.
No, I go definitely yes. Would you at least say this is? If you, in your very limited scope of silent films, John, if someone asked you, what would you recommend? Would this be the one you'd recommend?
No.
Which one would you recommend?
Don't say The General.
Yeah, don't say The General. You could. That was my question. Is this better than The General?
What do we got to choose from? We've got The General and this.
What do you have to choose from? It was a question to you.
Wait, but I'm trying to help me, please, a little.
The General.
What are the other silent films that we've seen?
We as a collective three, have only seen The General and The Gold Rush.
Okay, well, I'd like to see more.
It's not an answer.
I need a larger data set before I can make this
John,
decision.
I want you to say, after I'm done talking, either 2 words or 3 words. The 2 words being The General or the 3 words being The Gold Rush. Ready, go. 2 words, that's The General. Yay.
Wait, I think I would go with The General.
No, you wouldn't. You're just saying that to piss me off.
Wait, which one
The
came?
General
Which
was
one,
so bad.
Was The General after Gold Rush or before?
After.
Let's see, was Buster Keaton a pedophile?
Now I'm doing it.
So am
I. I'm like, shit, man, is that true? I don't know. Oh, shit. No, I just got Charlie Chaplin. Brilliant artist, sick bastard.
I got Michael Caine, who hates pedophiles, denounces Woody Allen.
Oh, man.
All right.
Good job, Michael Caine. Good for you hating pedophiles. That's a noble cause.
It doesn't look like he was.
No, I see The General.
So there you go.
Nice.
The General. All right. So
based on pedophilia facts, we're going with The General.
So next week, we won't be able to get into these topics, thankfully. I don't think, at least. We're watching the 1985 movie Ron. I think that's how you say it. It's an Akira Kurosawa movie. It's one of his last ones. The synopsis is, in medieval Japan, an elderly warlord retires, handing over his empire to his 3 sons. However, he vastly underestimates how the newfound power will corrupt them and cause them to turn on each other and him.
Was Akira Kurosawa?
Tell me now, John. Tell me now.
Every movie. That's a good bit, John. I'm sorry.
Right. Good one, John. Good one.
Man.
So, on that note, thank you for listening.
Yep.
Follow us on your podcast app. Like and subscribe on that same podcast app, I guess. Do whatever you got to do. Give us your internet points. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for listening. And I think we only have 3 more silent movies, guys. So, TC, good news for you there.
Hey. Oh, fuck yeah.
Another one off the wall. Yeah. Good stuff.
All right.
Timmy, what do you got to say?
All right.
Silent movie.
Fuck you with your fucking bullshit and your pedos. Fucking Catholic Church, whatever. Fuck you. Ready for a new movie.
All right.
Stop 'em.